Greetings to all. I'm Li Jingying from Tutorial 2 Group 2. My group and I will present about the Chapter 2, Manager as Decision Maker. Before the presentation starts, I would like to introduce my group member, Crystal Pangsiupei, Julia Atika binti LV, Sugan Anak Lelaki Siwa Kumar, Goh Sin Lin, Ra Mayure Darishini Rawindran, Dinesh Anak Lelaki Pren Ganesh, Suhaili Safia binti Saharuddin. The content including chapter summary, case application 1 and case application 2.
Hello everyone, my name is Dinesh Pren Ganesh, and for today, I'd like to delve into why decision making is often described as the essence of a manager's job. I will highlight 5 key points that illustrate the critical role decision making plays in effective management. First of all, decision making is central to all management functions. Whether a manager is engaged in planning, organizing, leading, or controlling, decisions are at the core of each function. In planning, managers decide on goals and the strategies to achieve them. In organizing, they determine the allocation of resources and structure of teams. When leading, managers make decisions that shape how they motivate and communicate with their teams. Finally, in controlling, they assess performance and decide on corrective measures. Each of these functions is powered by a manager's ability to make thoughtful and effective decisions. Second, decision making is a tool managers use for problem solving and seizing opportunities. Managers constantly face challenges and unexpected changes. To navigate this, they must evaluate situations, consider various solutions, and choose the best course of action. Similarly, they must identify and act on opportunities to drive growth and innovation. This continuous cycle of decision making ensures that problems are addressed and opportunities are leveraged effectively. Third, decision making is a continuous process. It is not a one-time task, but an ongoing responsibility that adapts as circumstances evolve. Managers must make decisions repeatedly as they respond to new data, changing market conditions, and internal organizational dynamics. This adaptability is what keeps an organization resilient and capable of adjusting its strategies as needed. Fourth, the quality of a manager's decision-making has a direct impact on organizational performance. Good decisions lead to improved productivity, efficient use of resources, and the attainment of strategic goals. On the other hand, poor decision can result in missed opportunities, inefficiencies, and setbacks. This direct link between decision-making and outcomes emphasizes why it is considered the essence of a manager's role. Lastly, effective decision-making involves risk management. Managers must evaluate potential outcomes, anticipate challenges, and weigh the pros and cons of each option. This ability to manage uncertainty and make calculated decisions is what sets effective managers apart. It is a skill that allows them to drive their teams forward confidently, even in the face of risk. So, in conclusion, decision making is the essence of a manager's job because it is integral to planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. It enables problem solving and opportunity recognition. It is a continuous process. It directly impacts performance, and it requires a balance of risks and rewards. Mastering decision making empowers managers to guide their organizations to success, resilience, and sustained growth. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Crystal, and today I will talk about 8-step illustration of any decision-making process undertaken by you. And the step 1 is identify problem, step 2 is identify decision criteria, step 3 is weigh decision criteria, step 4 is development of alternative, step 5 is analysis alternatives, step 6 is selecting the best alternative, step 7 is implement alternative, and the last step is evaluation decision effectiveness. Step 1. Identify problem. The decision-making process begins with the identification of a problem, and a problem is a discrepancy between an existing and a desired state of affairs. For example, my smartphone is overheating easily, and it already affects my work efficiency, and I'm planning to repair it but the technician told me that the phone is already couldn't repair, and instead of repair it, I'm planning to get a new smartphone. Step 2. Identify decision criteria. Once identify a problem that needs attention, the decision criteria that will be important in solving the problem must be identified. Every decision maker has criteria, whether explicitly stated or not, that guide his or her decision making. And now I would assess the factors that are relevant in my decision, which might include the criteria of price, storage, battery life, memory, and camera. Step 3. Weights decision criteria. In many decision-making situations, the criteria are not all equally important, so the decision maker has to allocate weight to the item that listed in the previous step. And a simple approach to give the most important criteria a weight of 10 and then assign weights the rest against that standard. For example, in the table shows that the weight of price is 10, the weight of storage is 7, the weight of memory is 8, the weight of battery life is 9, and the weight of camera is 6. And it shows that price is the most important criteria in this decision because it allocates the weight is 10. After weighting criteria decision, and it comes to the step 4, which is development of alternative. The decision maker lists the alternative that could successfully resolve the problem, and it is no attempt is made in this step to evaluate this alternative and just list out them. In this step, I will list out 4 alternatives to solve my problem, which is the first is iPhone 16 Pro Max, the next is Galaxy Z Fold 6, and the third is Huawei Pura 70 Ultra, and the last one is Oppo Reno 12 Pro, to do the analysis alternative in the following step. Step 5. Analysis alternative. Once the alternative have been identified, the decision maker critically analyzes each one in this step. By evaluating it against the criteria, the strengths and weaknesses of each alternative become evident as they are compared with the criteria and weights established in step 2 and 3. For instance, I will assess the 4 alternatives against the decision criteria and evaluate the smartphone alternative by using this formula, which is multiply each alternative assessment against its weight. Step 6. Selecting the best alternative. Now it's time to choose the best alternative from among those assessed. We already determined all the pertinent factors in the decision, weighted them appropriately, and identified and assessed the viable alternative. In the table, it shows that iPhone 16 Pro Max is the best alternative due to the total marks, which is 337 among 4 alternatives. So, in a decision making, iPhone 16 Pro Max will be the selecting as the best alternative. Step 7. Implement alternative. Although we're already selecting the best alternative, but the decision making will fail if we didn't implement the alternative properly. For example, I will buy the smartphone at the nearby store to resolve my problem. And lastly, it was evaluation decision effectiveness. After I purchased the new smartphone and my problem already solved, so that I can do my work effectively and efficiently. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Sing Ling, and I'm going to answer 2.3 questions. Part 1. As a decision-making process personalized, do you think that bias play an important role for a CEO and first-line manager? My answer is yes, because it respectively help them to make decisions. First of all, bias implant on stakeholder, and it impacts shareholder value and reputations and also market position. Secondly, bias also influence company culture, where it shape a company culture, affect a team dynamic, and also influencing motivation. Lastly, bias affecting CEO and first-line manager selective to focus the important information that is supporting to their goal and ignoring the risks. To explain the potential daily bias that manager may encounter, first of all is randomness bias, which manager try to create meaning out of event. They do this because most decision makers have difficulty dealing with chances, even though that is a random event that happen to everyone, and there is nothing that can be done to predict them. Besides, there is a gender and age bias. It affects assignment tasks, responsibilities, and promotions. Thirdly, there is an anchoring effect, which is also anchoring bias. It describes that when decisions maker fixates on initial information as a starting point and then once set, fail to adequately adjust for subsequent. For example, first impressions, ideas, price, and estimate carry unwarranted weight relative to information received later. Lastly, there is an affinity bias which favor members they relate to and creating unequal opportunities and favorism. This type of bias lead people to push away or block out those who are different.
Greetings, I'm Mayura Darshini Ravindran and I will be presenting this first question, which is, what is intuitive decision making? In your opinion, when is this method best used? And what are the major drawbacks of this managerial decision making style? Intuitive decision making is a process where decisions are made based on instinct, gut feelings, or experiences rather than thorough deliberate analysis or structured reasoning. It is also known as the sixth sense and is often used in high pressure situations where quick decisions are needed. And it is the opposite of rational decision making, which is when individuals use analytics, facts, and a step by step process to come to a decision. Managers often make decisions based on a few things, which are past experiences, feelings and emotions, skills, knowledge, and training, data from the subconscious, and ethical values or culture. Moving on to the next question, which is, when is this method best used? Firstly, this method is best used when time is limited. Like in emergencies or fast-paced environments, intuition helps you make quick decisions based on experience. For example, a doctor in an emergency room quickly decides on a treatment for a patient in critical condition, relying on their intuition and past experiences instead of a lengthy process. Intuition is also more reliable when you have significant knowledge or experience in a field. Your brain has seen patterns before, so it can make accurate judgments without conscious thought. For managers who are deeply familiar with their field, intuition and accumulated expertise can be used to make quick and effective decisions. Thirdly, when there's unavailable or unreliable data, intuition can guide you by drawing on past experiences and underlying patterns. When there's a lack of concrete data, intuition can guide managers based on past experiences or industry insights. So, for the third question, which is, what are the major drawbacks of this managerial decision making style? One of the drawbacks are the risk of bias and stereotyping. Intuition is highly influenced by personal biasness, previous experiences, and subconscious influences. This can lead to decisions that are not fully objective or that may be swayed by personal preferences, stereotypes, or emotional responses. Thus, managers may unconsciously favor certain options and eventually make decisions that are not entirely fair. Assumptions that are bad may also be made about people and situations. The second drawback is limited justification. Intuitive decisions can be difficult to justify or explain to others as they lack a clear logical or data driven rationale. This can create challenges as people may question the reasoning behind the decisions, and it can cause lack of transparency. The third drawback is the risk of overconfidence. Heavy reliance can cause managers to dismiss valuable data and perspectives that contradict their instincts. Managers may become overconfident in their intuition, especially if they have made successful decisions in the past based on just gut feeling. This overconfidence can lead to the neglect of thorough analysis, overlooking important information, or underestimating risks, and this may result in missed opportunities. Okay, moving on to the next question, which is, Herbert A. Simon started work on bounded rationality and satisficing because of his hypothesis that people had limited ability to grasp the present and anticipate the future. Discuss the problems associated with making decisions using the rationale model. So, what is the rational decision making model? It is basically a model where it assumes that individuals have the time, the resources, and access to all relevant data to make the most optimal decision. And here are the problems associated with this model. The first problem is challenges in accessing complete information. So the rational model relies on the assumption that decision makers have access to all relevant information, but in reality, it is challenging to obtain everything needed. And complex situations frequently involve an overwhelming volume of data where individuals are unable to sift through everything and process everything effectively. The second problem is limited decision making time. Rational decision making involves carefully weighing all available options, which typically requires ample amount of time. However, in real-life situations, there is often a need for swift decisions, such as during emergencies. Time constraints may prevent decision makers from conducting a thorough analysis and can lead to a less than ideal results. The third problem associated with this model is the uncertainty of future outcomes. The rational model assumes that individuals can anticipate the effects of each choice, but as we know, the future is unpredictable. Decision makers often have to make estimates about future scenarios, which introduces significant uncertainty. This is highlighting the limitations of striving for a perfect rational choice in a changing world. So, in conclusion, the rational decision making model expects people to have all the information, consider every single option, and choose the best possible outcome. However, this is rarely realistic. Herbert A. Simon's work on bounded rationality has showed that people face limits on time, on information, and also mental capacity, which means they often settle for good enough choices rather than perfect ones. Relying too heavily on the rational model can slow down decision making, create unrealistic expectations, and ignore the uncertainties that are part of real life situations. And that is all for this question.
Hi everyone, my name is Ugan son of Sivakumar. Today I'm going to talk about the first case application, big brown numbers about UPS, United Parcel Service.
Greeting to the doctor and to all. Today, I'm going to summarizing the case application 1, big brown numbers, from page 89. UPS, United Parcel Service, is the world's largest package delivery company, established in 1907, with handling over 20 million packages daily. UPS delivers throughout the United States and to more than 220 countries and territories, including every address in Europe and North America. In 2017, UPS total delivery volume was 5.1 billion packages and documents. Efficiency and uniformity have always been important to UPS. UPS has long prioritized efficiency and uniformity in their delivery processes, emphasizing strict work rules and procedures. Drivers receive extensive training on efficiency practice, such as work rules, procedures, and analytic tools. Drivers are taught to hold their keys on pinky fingers so they don't waste time fumbling in their pockets for the key. Orion utilized complex decision algorithms built by a team mathematicians to determine optimal delivery routes. Each drivers make around 120 stops daily, leading to over 6.6 billion possible alternatives. Orion is the largest investment in operations research ever by any company. The development of Orion took about 10 years and hundreds of millions of dollars to build, making it a significant investment in operation research. Orion refines its route suggestions over time, balancing optimal routing with consistent performance to aid drivers in decision making. Drivers need to make decisions, either insist to use traditional method or Orion. They need to give explanation if Orion not their option. Some drivers are willing to use Orion, but others have trouble understanding Orion's logics. Despite the challenge, UPS is committed to integrating Orion into its operations, believing it enhances both efficiency and driver effectiveness in the delivery process.
So my first question is, why is efficiency and safety so important to UPS? So the first answer, the cost reduction. Okay, why cost reduction? Okay, UPS as a huge delivery network, they need to deliver more than 220 countries around the world. So they need to maintain the efficiency to give the best to the customers. So if why if not they need to more focus on efficiency, because there are 220 countries, so they need to deliver to the countries by transportations like aeroplane or maybe a lorry. So they need a fuel consumption. So if they use a efficiency method, they can be reduce the fuel consumption. That is a cost reduction. So it will be the operation cost will be much lesser than the normal one if they focus on efficiency. So the profit of the company will be higher up and the operation cost will be lower up. So that's the first reason. So the cost reduction. Okay, secondly, customer satisfaction. Okay, efficiency processes help UPS in meeting the delivery timeline and therefore keeping the customer happy. Okay, the customers always they need a product or parcel in on time or earlier than the targeted time. So they will be more satisfied because people don't want to wait so long to get one thing actually. So this will be a best efficiency method. So the customer will be more satisfied and they keep the customer order to the UPS actually. So in the long run, there is a good reputation for the company. So there might be a profit to the company as well. Okay, and secondly, driver safety. Okay, about the driver is a delivery drivers are usually involved in a risky job involving traffic hazard handling baggage among other things. Okay, usually this driver might be face injuries or accident during the delivery time. So it's a more important for a driver safety to encourage the other employee to join the company as well. So let's go to our second question, which is, would you characterize a driver route decision as structured or unstructured problems, or program or non-program decision? Okay, my answer would be structure problem. Why structure problem? Okay, UPS, for example, the delivery routes and schedule has been optimized by Orion, an advanced algorithm using UPS structure data. Okay, what is Orion? Okay, Orion is a on-road integrated optimization and navigation. It's a technology that they develop, a UPS develop in and use it on a delivery platform for the UPS company. Okay, why it is a structure problem? Okay, based on my knowledge, it will be Orion is a technology that gives you a proper information about the delivery, about the route, the best route, and the pattern of traffic, and how much the time will be required to deliver to the customers. So it will be more efficiency route. They give the best route for the driver. So it will be more structured because they have all data for the delivery time, for the delivery parcel of the time and the route. So it will be more structured. So so they have a location for deliveries. So yeah. Okay, so if the driver doesn't use the Orion devices, which is you can see the photo here over here, so that will be an unstructured problem because they don't have a device or estimation with there is a no device for the Orion. So it will be unstructured problem for those who didn't use the device because they don't have the information about the traffic, about the route. So they need to be go and try and error like that. So it will be unstructured for the driver that doesn't have the Orient technology. Okay, secondly, the program decision. So I would choose the program decision because decision it will be repeat activities that require well-defined procedures and rules to solve requiring problems. Okay, so using the Orient technology, they already have a procedure, a plan to do exactly the same thing every day. So the Orient algorithm provides the driver with a defined and optimized route based on the set of structured data inputs. Driver follow the same decision-making process every day. Even though there is a driver at a past route performance, that will be a guidance for a customer for the upcoming drivers. So it will be a guidance for them also. So it's 100% sure I'm 100% sure it's a program decision. And if not, if a driver doesn't use Orion technology, so it will be a non-program decision because they don't know any information about the new place, new location to deliver a customer's product or parcel. So it will be tough for the driver. So they need to be it will be not that much efficient for the driver and the company. So that's all from me. Thank you.
I'm wondering how would Orion technology help drivers make better decisions? Step 1. Identify problems. Every day, UPS transport are more than 20 million packages and documents throughout the United States to more than 220 territories and countries. There are two main challenges, which is efficiency challenges and logistic decisions challenge. Firstly, for the efficiency challenge, is deciding the best order to make all those stop taking into considerations. A logistic decision challenge, which is there are more ways to deliver package along average driver route. Step 2. Identify criteria. The importance of work rules, procedure, and analytic tools are important to UPS driver. UPS drivers should be trained and retrained to fulfill these criteria. Step 3. Weighting criteria. There's variable criteria such as special delivery times, route regulations, and the existence of private routes that don't appear on the map. Logistic challenge contain, other than that, there is a number of ways to deliver packages along an average driver routes is also a criterion to be considered. Step 4. Develop alternative. There are two main alternatives should be developed, which is Orion and O method. So this we will taking as a considerations for the selective alternative step. And Orion is then for on-road integrate optimizations and navigation. Analyze alternative is a step 5. Some drivers have been reluctant to give out their autonomy that others have had trouble understanding Orion's logic. Because some drivers have had trouble understanding the logic, they don't understand why need to deliver a package to the same place at the morning and go back to the same place during the day. Step 6 is select alternative. There's two, which is the Orion and O method. When the driver log on his delivery information acquisition device (DIAD) at the beginning of his shift each workday, what's come out are two possible ways for them to choose to make their day packages deliveries. One is use Orion, the second one is use the O method. UPS company has been testing and rolling out LEAP in its long-use business model uniformity and efficiency. Orion is stand for a route on route integrate operations and navigations. Step 7 is implement alternative, but despite the challenges, the company is committed to Orion, saying that a driver together with Orion is better than each alone. Orion algorithm, which has taken 10 years and estimate hundreds of millions of dollars to build, is a next best thing. The step 8 is evaluate alternative. IT experts have described Orion as the largest investment in operation research over by any company. There is also other evaluations, which is Orion is the best answer to UPS company that it designed to refine itself over time, leading to a balance between optimum results and consistency to help drivers make the best possible decisions about the route deliveries.
How is UPS being a sustainable corporation? UPS focus on reducing environmental impact while maintaining the operational efficiency. UPS optimized the road with Orion. Orion is designed to refine itself to help driver to make the best possible decision about road delivery. So, Orion not only enhances the delivery efficiency, it also minimizes the fuel consumption. So, Orion reducing unnecessary miles to lower emissions and operational costs.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia Atika binti Alwi and my matrix number is 240048808. So today my presentation is to talk about case application 2, business of baseball. So before we go through to all of the questions, in this case I would like to list 10-point summary of this case. For the first point is Manchester City Football Club have different routine than most of football club, where they will use 15 minutes given before each match to discuss about their previous match with the analysis team, while the other football club will use this time to get last motivations or last minutes tips or last minute speech from their coach. The second point is each player will be given a detailed and personalized report of their performance, and this report will be given or will be presented by the head of analysis team of Manchester City Football, which is Gavin Flick on that time. The third point is each player also given an accurate feedback by their analysis to improve their performance in next match. The next one is the analysis team is aimed to help the club in making smarter decisions and enhance player performance. And the next one is analysis of players' data. Help Manchester City players did a tremendous improvement in their performance that turned them from underperformed football club into well-known football club today.
Alright, so I'll be continuing 5 more points for this case summary. Moving to the 6th point. The performance analysis team had used video footage and data from over 500 corner kicks to identify successful strategies. By carefully examining video footage and performance data, they have pinpointed the movements, positioning, and tactics that resulted in those goals. And this focused analysis helped the team refine their strategies and dramatically improve their scoring efficiency. 7th. This data-driven approach contributed to Manchester City achieving the best defensive records for 2 consecutive years and winning the Premier League titles in 2011-2012 and 2013-2014 seasons. Big data analysis also plays a crucial role in developing youth players, enabling them to understand their roles and focus areas. This approach not only builds individual skill but also aligns young talent with the style and strategy of the first team, supporting Manchester City's goal of integrating homegrown players. Next, in 2016, Manchester City held a global hackathon, inviting data and football experts to create innovative algorithms. By opening their data to external innovators, Manchester City aimed to explore fresh perspectives and cutting-edge tools for game analysis. Lastly, the hackathon's winning team developed a machine learning algorithm that could track and analyze decision-making during games. With this algorithm, Manchester City gains a deeper understanding of in-game actions, helping coaches and also players fine-tune their strategies for optimal performance. In conclusion, these initiatives highlight Manchester City's dedication to using data and technology in every aspect of football, from pre-match strategy to developing young talent, establishing them as pioneers in sports analytics. And that is all from me. Thank you.
Now, question 2-15. What type of decisions are made by football managers? Are these decisions characterized as structured problem or unstructured problem? In my opinion, the decisions that are made by football managers is non-programmed decision, while the problem that faced by football managers is unstructured problem. So what is non-programmed decision and unstructured problem actually is? So basically, based on fundamental of management, there are 2 types of decision, which is programmed decision and non-programmed decision. There is also 2 types of problem, unstructured problem and also structured problem. So we will go through one by one the 2 types of decision first. For the first type of decision is program decision. Program decision is a decision that made to solve a repetitive problem. These decisions are generally straightforward and we have made it several times or many times before, and this type of decision are usually used to solve a structured problem. And the second type of decision is non-programmed decision. What is non-programmed decision? Non-programmed decision is actually the decision that made to solve new or unusual problem, and the problem is ambiguous and incomplete. For instance, as football managers, the non-programmed decision is to decide or adjust their tactics if the players unexpectedly underperforming in the match. We move to 2 types of problem. There are 2 types of problem. The first one is structured problem and the second one is unstructured problem. What is structured problem? Structured problem is actually the problem that are clearly defined and well understood by us as a decision maker. Other than that, structured problem is also a problem that are always predictable by us. The second one, as I said earlier, is unstructured problem. Unstructured problem is a problem that often ambiguous and not predictable. This type of problem requires us as a decision maker to think critically and do analysis to solve the problem, because this is a new or unusual problem that we must face. For example, for football managers, the unstructured problem that they might face is unpredictable strategy that used by opponent or unexpected injury that faced by the players before the match begin. We move to next question, 2-16, which is describe how football managers can use big data to make better decisions, referring to rationality, bounded rationality, intuition, and evidence-based management. So basically, the football managers can use big data to make a better decision by combining these four approaches: rationality, bounded rationality, intuition, and evidence-based management, EBM. So I'm going to differentiate these four approaches in making decision to recruit a football players. For the first one is rationality. Rationality is a decision that made by analyzing all relevant data based on clear goal. For example, foot managers can recruit the players that are perform or score a lot of goals in assessment game or selection games. The second one is bounded rationality. What is bounded rationality? Bounded rationality is a limitation that might face by a decision maker, which is a football manager. For example, in recruiting football players, football managers might be limited by the time to go through all of the data or analyze all of the players' data one by one. In this situation, football managers can use big data to make satisfying choices that are good enough for the team. The third one is intuition. Intuition is a decision that made by a decision maker, which is football manager, based on experience, feeling, or emotion. So, for example, in recruiting players, football managers may intuitively sense that particular person or particular player will perform well, but the managers will also align or combine his intuition with big data before he make a decision to choose the person to be a player of the team. Last but not least is evidence-based management, EBM. EBM is a decision that made by using available data as evidence to support the decision rather than just relying solely on intuition or personal experience. For example, the football managers recruit the players based on goals scored in the previous assessment. To conclude, I believe that by combining these four approaches, which is rationality, bounded rationality, intuition, and evidence-based management, decision maker, which is football manager, can make a better decision and can benefit all of the teams. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Crystal, and I will answer the question 2-17. What types of conditions are more likely to influence the performance analysis teamwork? Certainty, uncertainty, or risk? Explain. In my opinion, I think that certainty conditions are more likely to influence the performance analysis teamwork. It is because certainty was a situation that a manager can make an accurate decision due to all the alternative is already known and certain, so that a manager can generate and implement alternative smoothly, and the final decision that made by a manager is right and it will be without any mistake.
Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth bin Saudin and my magic number is 24004731. Today I would like to present my thought on the question: do you think it is appropriate for football managers to use only quantitative information to evaluate their players' performance during a season? Why or why not? I believe it is generally not appropriate for football managers to depend alone on quantitative information when assessing player performance. While quantitative standards provide valuable insight, they only capture part of the picture. For instance, consider this quantitative statistic. Passing accuracy. This standard reflects the percentage of successful passes player completes, present their reliability and skill distributing the ball, shoot on target. This measure the accuracy and effectiveness of players' shooting attempt, indicating how often they direct the ball toward the goal. Defensive metrics: tackle, interception, and clearance. This statistic highlight a player's ability to regain control and break the opponent plays. However, football managers should also combine qualitative information into their evaluation. Here are few critical qualitative aspects: leadership and influence. Observing how a player leads on the field, motivate teammates, and demonstrate authority, especially in high-pressure situations. Teamwork and communication. Assessing a player's ability to communicate effectively, coordinate with teammates, and make unselfish plays that enhance the team overall strategy. Positional awareness. Evaluating players' understanding of space, positioning, and timing, such as their ability to intercept passes or exploit gaps in the defense. Ignore qualitative data can lead to several significant consequences for managers. Missed opportunity for development. Quantitative data may show what a player did, but often fail to explain why or how they could improve. Believing alone on number can limit a manager's understanding of player developmental needs, such as a decision making, game awareness, or adaptability. A more holistic evaluation approach will enable managers to better identify and support player growth. Potential for misleading evaluation. Statistics can sometimes present a misleading view of a player's contribution. For example, a player with high goal count might seem impressive quantitatively, but may lack crucial teamwork and defensive skill. Believing only on quantitative data could result in unbalanced assessment that favor players who excel in visible areas while ignoring those who contribute to the team's success in less quantitative way, reducing in player morale and motivation. Players may feel undervalued if their contributions are valued alone based on statistics. This is particularly true for those whose strengths lie in qualitative areas such as motivating teammates or providing strategic insight. Ignoring this contribution can demotivate players and create tension within the team. Inability to address contextual factors. Quantitative data does not consider external influence on performance, such as injury, personal challenges, or unusual match conditions. A player's dip in performance might result from situations beyond the control, but quantitative data alone may not highlight these nuances, leading to unfair evaluation or decision. In conclusion, while quantitative standards are important, they should not be the only basis for evaluating the player performance. A balanced approach that combines both quantitative and qualitative information will provide managers with a more comprehensive understanding of their players and ultimately contribute to the team's success. Now I would like to address the question, how can big data transform football decision in future? First and foremost, big data is collected through various innovation methods that ensure comprehensive insight into the game. For instance, recording the match. High definition camera capture game for multiple angles, providing a wealth of visual data that can be analyzed later. Multiple angle. Team employ advanced multiple camera system that cover the pitch widely support a detailed examination of player movement and interaction throughout the match. Live streaming. Footage can be accessed in real time during broadcast, allowing coaches and analysts to monitor players as they happen and make quick adjustments when necessary. Integration. Video data is combined with performance standards such as player speed, distance covered, and heat maps, resulting in a more true analysis of both individual and team performance. By using this huge presentation of information, managers, coaches, and administrative staff can make more informed strategic decisions across several key areas. Performance review. Coaches can analyze match footage to evaluate player performance and effectiveness, recognize strength and weakness in each athlete game. This detailed review process helps in craft targeted training plan. Individual contribution. Analysis assess how players contribute to the game dynamic, including their role in a both offensive and defensive situation. Understanding this contribution allows coaches to make tactical adjustments and optimize team strategy. Tactical analysis. Coaches can evaluate the formation and strategies work during match, analyzing what worked and what didn't. This insight is crucial by developing future game plan and improving overall team performance. Skill improvement. Young academic can utilize match footage for player development, helping young athletes enhance their skill through constructive feedback based on actual performance. By reviewing specific scenario, coaches can guide players on areas that need improvement, fostering their growth. Moreover, the application of big data extend beyond individual match. It can inform long-term strategies such as player placement, injury prevention, and game preparation. By analyzing trend and pattern over time, club can make strategic decisions that align with their goals and improve their competitive side. The summary I can give is big data hold huge potential to reform football decision making. By providing deeper insight into performance strategy and player development, it enables teams to make more informed choices that can enhance their success on and off the pitch. Embracing this technology advance will surely shape the future of football, making it more data driven and analytical.
And that's the end of our presentation for today. Thank you for listening.